All right.
We're
How
back.
was that?
We're back.
Great.
I see a lot of big smiles.
Yes.
Wow, guys, you can't be smiling this much already. We have
All
to do
right.
full exercise.
This is a good one.
What was that? All
It's a
right,
good
so
one.
I see a lot of big smiles. All right, now, all right, so let's move on to the next part. So everyone thought of a state that you wanted?
Yes.
Yeah. And have you thought of a time that you experienced it?
Yes.
Everyone got a time that you've experienced it?
Yes.
Okay, what's the next step? How did it go? I'm curious. How did it go when you were giving potential examples? Did you manage that well? No? Yeah?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. The
We
more that
probably-
you do
yeah.
this, the faster that you'll get at it, right? Because the first time that you do it where you're like, okay, you want examples of confidence and you're like, and you're thinking, but you're thinking at the same rate that they're thinking. But after you've done it a couple of times, you'll already have a range of examples that you can help people with. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we didn't need to use potential example because straight away we had the
We have it. We
Yeah,
both
and it
have it
depends
right
on who
away.
you're working with. Sometimes people will have an example straight away, and
Yes.
that's really good. But sometimes people struggle. So depending on what state they're asking for. But sometimes someone might say, I want to be more confident, and then you say, okay, can you think of a time where you were really confident? And they go, and then you just want, why? If someone's going, then you just sort of, you want to give them. Oh, Joey Boy's waiting. Sorry.
Joy Boy, I want to tell you, yeah.
Yeah,
She's
when someone is like thinking, then you want to give them like, maybe it was a time where this happened or this happened. You give them a couple of examples. Okay, so so the first part is, so now that you guys have gotten experience, notice that already for a lot of you, you're already happier or you're already experiencing something. Did you notice that? You guys came back, everyone's like, all right. So what's the next step? The next step, so step 4 is once you've got an example, you want to find the moment, the moment that the feeling was the strongest. Now, a person naturally just doesn't kind of understand this. So you basically go, so you might have to run through it a couple of times. So, I don't know what happened there. But let's say, let me pick on someone that hasn't come up, maybe. Who hasn't come up in a while? Salma, maybe? Do you want to share what yours was?
Salma didn't come up. Salma.
So Salma, tell me about one that tell me about what it is that you wanted.
actually I was thinking confidence.
Okay, confidence. Great. And you were, what was the moment can you think of a time that you experienced confidence?
I felt that during my first job, I was more confident.
Great. Okay. So this is excellent example of what you don't want a client to say, by the way. And I'll you know, it's actually it's great. It's great what she said, but you want to narrow it down. You don't want to leave it where it is, because what she's given me is a category of experience. She hasn't given me a specific time and place. Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, because, you know, like it's difficult for you, like, for example, when Sarab, the example that Sarab gave me was today, like on this day, when I did this. What Salma gave me is a category of her life. It spans across a number of days, a number of weeks, months, etc. Does this make sense? So what I might do is I might say, okay, so I mean, this is great, Salma. So so in your last job, you felt like you were quite confident. Is that right? Okay, great. Is there a time in particular that stands out where you were you felt like maybe you'd done a great job one day, or you had to prepare? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we use my background is in the IT, so I managed to have the whole website for Abu Dhabi International Airport. Duty free, Ghazal Golf Club. It's 5, the hotel and Golden Class. So it was a big project. I was just joining the company, and it was a real work, and the treatment was amazing.
Wow.
Actually, it was a big interaction with different groups.
Great.
That's why I felt.
Now what she's done again is narrowed it down to a project. So not her whole career. We've narrowed it down to a project, which is an excellent step forward. It's an excellent step forward. Again, what I might do is I'll say, okay, so for this project, Salma, so this project, when you're working on the website and for Abu Dhabi International Airport, Ghazal, and the class lounge,
Golden Class at that time.
Golden Class Lounge, amazing. And was there a moment in particular, maybe it was at the end of the project, or when someone entrusted you with the project, or at some point during the project where it stood out that, oh my God, you're doing a great job?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
I was interacting directly with the general manager.
Oh, amazing. Okay, so you're interacting with the general manager. And is there a time in particular when you were interacting with the general manager, like a specific interaction that you had with him where you felt amazingly confident?
Yeah, one time I was really happy actually at that moment. We were in the duty-free area, and I was having a tour with my team.
Yeah.
I had 2 students from the university joining us, and I was walking inside to show them the raffle tickets and explain that. So when he saw me, he was with the sheikh, you know, always when they do the raffles.
Yeah, yeah.
I was so excited. He called me and introduced me, and he was so proud to have the local in his team.
Wow.
Ladies, especially.
Wow.
It was nice.
Amazing. Now, guys, I'm gonna dive into this a little bit more. But first of all, give her a round of applause. Did you notice? What did she say when we finally came to the moment that when we finally came to a specific moment, what did she say? Oh, remember, it makes me happy. Automatically, did you see, like literally, because when we found a specific moment in time, all of a sudden, oh yeah, this one makes me happy. Yeah. So it's very, very powerful. So already, now that we've gotten to a category, so we've moved from a category, and then we moved from her job to the project to the manager. But even the manager was a category. But then I said, was there a specific moment with the manager? And it just needed her to warm up. Like her mind was warming up, narrowing down, boom. And this was a juicy one. So Salma, so you were at duty free, is that right? At the airport?
Yeah.
Is that right? And you're at duty free, and the general manager is walking with the sheikh, and he sees you. Now, which is the moment where you really felt this confidence?
Normally I know how to interact and speak. I was excited that he introduced me, and he said she's the only lady local in our unit department. So it was something. And he mentioned that I work in the whole with the whole team. Like they were managing the 5, as I told you, catering.
And was it the moment that he introduced you that was, or was it before that where you felt the most confidence?
No, when he called me, I was wow.
When he called you, I was wow. Did you see that? You can see with sensory acuity, you can see when he called me, I was wow. That's the moment, potentially.
To be honest, I feel confident, and I don't step by myself. But when he called me, I said, oh, something good. And
yeah,
it pushed me inside, seriously.
Nice. All right. So, the next section, what you're going to do, so you've got, right now you've worked with everybody, you've worked with your partner, you asked what state do they want, you asked for the time that they can experience it. How many of you have a specific time versus a, what's it called? A category? Do you all have a specific time for yourself versus a category? Does everyone know the difference?
That time you felt it.
So a time is a specific time. It's you don't need to know the date, but it's a day in your life versus my job, or when I was living in my old house, or like when you're living in your old house is a category. A specific time is a day or an event that happened. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, is everyone clear? When you thought of something and you told someone, did you tell someone about an event or a category?
Event.
Event? Anybody share a category? You share the category? Okay, excellent.
I think I only shared that I wanted to be more kind to myself, more loving, more self-compassionate, but I don't really have a great experience of that. I have an experience of giving it to others, but not a time that I can think of.
Okay, great. And that's fine. So you want to experience. So you want to be more kind, compassionate. Is that right?
Yeah, because I was judging myself from this morning with the brain fatigue and the old brain injury and going slowly. I wasn't so nice to myself inside.
And so you said that you've been kind and compassionate in the past. Is that right?
To others, yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah. Can you think of a time where you were kind and compassionate to others? Like a specific time where you were kind and compassionate to others?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about that.
It's with I'll be general since I do it all day.
Okay.
I mean, I'll be general with you, but I got specific in my mind. So I'm listening. I'm paying attention. We'll say I'll pick somebody who was challenged by past behaviors, some substance issues, and was going through serious illness. Yeah. And
okay.
had to change
so you can think of a specific time where you were working with someone that had this issue, right? Am I right?
Yeah, and they were hating themselves. Yeah, from their past.
And they were hating themselves. Okay, great. And you were showing compassion and kindness.
Yeah, I was listening and non-judging, just appreciating that was their experience.
Excellent.
And making space for them to just admit that.
Excellent. Okay, great. Okay, so now I'll expand on this a bit later, but what we're doing right now is just creating that emotion. We're not solving anything right now. We're just bringing out that emotion. What you can do is, once we anchor this, is you can start to use it in other situations, like where you were experiencing it this morning. But right now, you're on the right path. You've brought up a specific event and you're recreating. Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Right now, what we're going to do, you're going to go into your groups, and you're just going to ask people a little bit of this, like you're just going to ask a little bit more about the event and find out what was the moment that they felt the most, whatever it is that they want to feel. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's all you're going to do. Actually, is it simple enough? Can I add a little step to it so that yeah? Is everyone okay with that? When you find out when it is that they were most, whatever it is that they want, then I want you to say, okay, what was your body like? Show me your physiology. Like, where was you? And if someone goes, what do you mean? You say, like, was your head up or down? How were your shoulders? What was your breathing like? You can ask a couple of questions around physiology, just to help prompt them. Okay? Is that good? All right, let's go for it. How many minutes? Six minutes again, so that should be enough. All right, let's go. Okay. One second, Joey boy. I will put you in breakout room 4. Okay. You should, yeah.